Namaste and welcome to your lunar yoga practice. I'm Carly and this week's video aligns with the waxing moon, also known as the first quarter, which is when the illumination of the moon begins to grow. It represents intention. It's a good time to take action, to be creative, to try something new, and you may find this week that you're more confident to move, to execute tasks, to reach out to others. Now is the time to put in the effort, start working towards whatever it is you want to manifest for yourself during this lunar cycle. So to embody that confidence and that action, we will be practicing an active Hatha sequence. The poses focus on strength, flexibility, endurance, while keeping the mind at ease with affirmations, which you can recite in your mind or repeat out loud. And this practice also moves through the chakras, or the energetic body. I'll introduce each of the 7 chakras and their affirmations throughout the class, finishing with a guided mantra meditation. Mantra is derived from 2 Sanskrit terms, manas meaning mind and trak meaning tool. It literally means tool for the mind. So think of working with this tool as we move through the waxing moon phase to stay intentional and motivated and inspired. Always be mindful of your current energy state and your condition of health. And along with your yoga mat for today's practice, you may just want a couple of blocks and anything else that you need to feel comfortable in your practice. When you're ready, we'll begin on our mat in a comfortable seated position. From this comfortable position, we'll just begin to tap into the chakras with our breath. So breathing deep and fully. The chakra system aligns with our spine. So imagine breathing up and down the spinal column. As you breathe in, fill the body all the way down to the tailbone. And as you exhale, feel the breath release from the tailbone up through the back, the neck, the top of the head. So these chakras, will be moving through them from the bottom up to the top. Just breathe up and down. Imagine what these chakras look like. And maybe this vision will change as we move through the practice, move through the chakras, the affirmations. But for now, just try and connect with it on your own, with your breath. And to feel that full, calm rhythm of breath, we'll move into our first chakra, the root chakra, which is located at the base of the spine. It's responsible for our grounding. So from the seated posture, we'll create the foundation of our practice and just invite some movement, start to open things up. So we'll begin with some crescent arms or a side stretch. Take an inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, stabilize, interlace around the left wrist. And then your next breath in, you're going to press up through the hand and stretch into that left side. Good. Breathing into the side stretch. As you exhale, stabilize through the other side. Deep breathing here. We'll come to our first affirmation. So repeating 3 times in your mind. I am stable, secure, and safe. I am stable, secure, and safe. And feeling strong in the pose, keep breathing. I am stable, secure, and safe. Take an inhale back to center, reach up, interlace around the other wrist. And as you breathe in, open up into the side stretch by pressing through the palm, lengthening the arm as much as possible. A little bend in the elbows is okay. And breathe. You can affirm, I am rooted in my life and in myself. I am rooted in my life and in myself. I am rooted in my life and in myself. Take an inhale, reaching both arms up. And as you exhale, we'll come to cactus arms, or like goalpost arms. So bending the elbows at 90 degrees, soften the shoulders, align the shoulders over the hips, strong core. Good. So feeling strong in the upper back. Try not to squeeze the shoulder blades together, not round the shoulders forward either. Good. Breathing deep, feeling those strong arms. The universe supports me. The universe supports me. The universe supports me. And slowly release the arms down. Maybe give the shoulders a bit of a roll forward and back. We'll come to the legs. So staying planted through the pelvis, we'll just bring the feet out in front to butterfly pose. So you can press the soles of the feet together. Make sure you're grounding through the sitting bones. Take an inhale, lengthen up. And as you exhale, fold forward. See how deep you want to go, how close you want your legs to be to your body. Just opening up into the hips, the inner legs, and feeling gravity kind of pull on the body to create the pose and to create a little bit of openness in the body. Still fully breathing here. You can recite, planet Earth sustains me. Planet Earth sustains me. Planet Earth sustains me. Slowly coming out, you can walk the hands back up, bring the feet down to the floor. You can knock the knees from side to side, like windshield wiper legs, just to get some movement coming into the body. So we'll work up through the next chakra, the sacral chakra, which is located between the navel and the genitals, so just a little bit further up. And the sacral chakra, this energy begins to take on movement, and it connects us to our sensuality. So notice the sensations you feel as we come into a seated twist. So you can keep your legs out in front, or you can choose to cross one leg over the other. Take an inhale, reach up. And as you exhale, twist to your right. You can take the left arm around the right knee or thigh. Breathe in, lengthening up. And as you exhale, rotate into your twist by drawing the right shoulder back. Gaze back over the shoulder if it feels good. Affirmation for the sacral chakra. I have unlimited creativity. I have unlimited creativity. I have unlimited creativity. Going to the other side, take an inhale, reach up, extend the legs out. You can bring the hands down and set up for the other side. Maybe you want to cross the left knee over the right. Inhale, reach up. And as you exhale, twist to your left. Again, you can bring the right arm over the left thigh to kind of rotate you into the pose, but make sure that you're still breathing and maintaining that integrity in the core. Gaze back as much as feels good. Breathe up into the chest, into the collarbones. I feel my energy with my emotions. I feel my energy with my emotions. I feel my energy with my emotions. And take an inhale, slowly coming back and uncrossing the legs. Our next pose, we're getting into the core a little bit. So really feeling that activation starting to draw up through the torso. We'll come to boat pose. So rocking back on the sitting bones just a little bit. You should feel there's a little bit of a seat just behind the sitting bones that you can rock back. And maybe you're just tapping your toes down on the floor and lifting the heels. You can use your hands underneath the thighs to give you some support here as you start to draw into that core strength, lifting up through the heart. If you're able to, maybe extending the legs a little bit, lifting the calves so that they're parallel to the floor, pointing the toes. Maybe you're able to release the arms, reaching in the same direction as the legs. And for a little bit more of a challenge, if you'd like to, you can extend the legs up. Make sure you're still drawing in through the core to keep the spine supported, breathing here. I can transform my body, mind, and spirit. I can transform my body, mind, and spirit. I can transform my body, mind, and spirit. One more breath here. And as you exhale, bring the feet down, and we'll come to an all fours position. So bringing the legs out around you, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Check in, align your spine, relax the shoulders down from the neck. Maybe take a few cat-cow movements. So inhaling, roll the shoulders back, press the hips high, and look up. And as you exhale, round, draw the belly in, chin towards the chest. Inhale forward again. And exhale back. And coming back to your all fours. We're moving into the solar plexus, which is above the navel, but below the chest. It's associated with our inner strength. So coming to downward dog, it may require a little bit of strength to get there. Take an inhale, tucking your toes. And as you exhale, press into the hands, send the hips high to lift yourself into an inversion. Keep your knees bent and just find your breath first. And focus on keeping yourself strong through your foundation. So here's your hands and your arms. You don't have to worry about stretching out the legs or lengthening them out. Just focus on extending the spine, keeping the shoulders broad so that the neck is free. And really tap into your sense of vitality here. Be aware of your current life force. Feel it moving through you, especially when you invert your body into a different position, downward dog, breathing through it. I accept myself completely. I accept myself completely. I accept myself completely. And calm breath. We're going to come forward to a warrior sequence. So take an inhale, look in between the hands. And as you exhale, step your right foot forward, coming to a lunge position. So once you feel grounded in your feet, planting through both heels, take an inhale and slowly rise up to standing. Warrior one, so you're bending into your front knee, extending through your back leg. Your hips are squared towards the top of your mat. Make sure your core is supporting your spine upright. You can take an inhale and reach the arms up. Hands can be shoulder distance or palms together. I'm feeling nice and strong through the hips, the shoulder girdle. My personal power grows stronger each day. My personal power grows stronger each day. My personal power grows stronger each day. Take another breath here. And on an inhale, we'll open to warrior two. So pivoting on the back foot, you're gonna open up to the side. So this front hip externally rotates. You're keeping the front knee over the ankle. You're still extending through the back leg. Make sure you're grounded through the feet. Check in with your shoulders. Make sure they're over the hips so that the spine is straight. And reach the arms out. Pointing through the fingertips, maybe taking your gaze forward over the front fingertips. And strong breathing here in warrior two. I have the power to control my health and well-being. I have the power to control my health and well-being. I have the power to control my health and well-being. Take one more breath here. And inhale at the top. And exhale back to downward dog. So hands come inside that foot, pivoting on your back toes. And when your hands are planted, you can step both feet back. Send the hips high and relax in your downward dog. Breathe, find a little bit of restoration. Good, but staying strong where you need to be, keeping the shoulders broad. So we're gonna do the same thing on the other side, taking one more breath in your down dog. Inhale, look in between the hands. And as you exhale, step your left foot forward. Planting through the feet, take an inhale up to your warrior one. So settle into your foundation, ground through the feet, bend into the front knee, extend through the back leg. Make sure the front of your body is facing forward, the hips are squared. And inhale the arms up, shoulder distance or palms together. Whatever feels better for your neck, your gaze, your balance. And breathe here. I am confident in who I am. I am confident in who I am. I am confident in who I am. One more breath here. And on your next inhale, we'll open up to that warrior two. So opening to the side. Check and see, sometimes we want to come out of the legs a little bit, but try and stay lunging as deep as you can. Try not to soften the belly because it can collapse into the low back. Try and keep your body lifting. Arms are reaching to open up through the chest. Relax the shoulder blades down the back, maybe gaze forwards. I stand up for what I believe in. I stand up for what I believe in. I stand up for what I believe in. One more breath here. And as you exhale, we'll come back to that downward dog. So plant the hands, step the feet back, finding your downward dog and walk it out by alternately straightening one leg and then the other. Stretching out through the back of the body. Maybe stretching into the sides if you can look underneath one arm and then the other. Our next chakra, the heart chakra, is located right at the center of the chest. And this is our sense of harmony, of balance. So let's focus on finding that balance. We're gonna focus on some flexibility after those strengthening poses. So take an inhale, look in between the hands. And as you exhale, step both feet forward into a forward fold. Bend your knees if you're tight. And take an inhale, halfway lift. And as you exhale, stay strong in your half lift. Planting through the feet, inhale, rise all the way up, rounding the spine, stacking vertebrae by vertebrae. Roll the shoulders back, let the head come up last, finding your mountain pose or standing position at the top of your mat. So we'll come to pyramid pose, which really helps to stretch out the legs and the hamstrings. You'll step your right foot back. So your feet are still hips distance apart. You want to make sure that you're on train tracks, you're not on a tightrope. So planting through your feet and feel that extension through the front of that left leg. So just make sure you're not overextending your kneecap. And maybe you're okay here just leaving the hands on the hips. But if you'd like to open up the heart and the chest a little bit more, you can take a bind. So either interlacing the fingers, you can grab either forearm, or if you're able to take a reverse prayer, pressing the palms together, the fingers press up between the shoulder blades. Take an inhale, lift the heart. And as you exhale, fold forward towards that left leg. Again, keeping a little bit of buoyancy in the knee. We don't want to overextend the kneecap. Keeping the spine long, draw the belly in. I am open to receiving love and affection. I am open to receiving love and affection. I am open to receiving love and affection. One more breath here. And take an inhale, coming up. We'll come to triangle pose. So similar stance in the legs. You may want to rotate your right toes out more to get a little bit more movement through the hips. Inhale, lengthen, and as you exhale, folding forward again, the left hand comes inside the thigh, the calf, the foot. Maybe you're able to grab your toe, but that's not the ideal expression. You just want to find what works for you. Maybe you need to bring your hand down to a block. And once you feel good in the legs, you rotate the spine. So inhale the right arm up to open up the chest to the side. Keep pressing the right hip down towards the floor. So the hips are squaring towards the floor and the shoulders are stacking to open up the heart. Gaze down or up, whatever feels more stabilizing and balancing for you. This is what the heart chakra is all about. In triangle pose, we want to try and keep our spine as parallel to the floor as possible. So it does require some core strength to hold you here. I share my love and nurture others. I share my love and nurture others. I share my love and nurture others. And coming out on an inhale, lift yourself back up. And take an inhale, coming to your standing mountain pose. And as you exhale, fold forward, just try and let it all go. Again, bending your knees if you're tight. You should find a little bit of softness here in between one side to the other. Maybe grab onto either elbow, kind of dangle the upper body here, kind of like a rag doll. Nurturing yourself in between poses. When you're ready, coming to the other side, inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, nice and strong. Take an inhale, coming to standing. And stepping your left foot back for pyramid pose on this side. So finding how far apart you want your feet to be. As you fold forward, it will intensify this stretching sensation. Hands to the hips, or taking your bind, grabbing the forearms, interlacing the fingers, maybe taking a reverse prayer. And inhale, lift the heart. And as you exhale, fold forward. And feeling that release, breathing into the stretch. I acknowledge my faults and forgive others. I acknowledge my faults and forgive others. I acknowledge my faults and forgive others. And take an inhale, lifting yourself up and opening the hips slightly by drawing the left toes out. Inhale, length, and exhale, fold to your triangle. The right hand comes inside the foot, the calf, the thigh, whatever you can reach is good. And then sweep the left arm high to open up the heart to the sides. Squaring the hips down, drawing the top shoulder back, gazing down or up. I respect all living beings. I respect all living beings. I respect all living beings. And slowly unwind, take an inhale, coming up. And returning to your standing pose at the top of your mat, feet together. Inhale, reach high. And exhale, fold forward. And again, you can ragdoll or dangle at the top of your mat. Bend your knees. Maybe alternately bending one and the other, stretching into the sides. And coming back to a downward dog. So take an inhale, halfway lift. And as you exhale, plant the hands, step the feet back, and send the hips high, breathing. So we're moving up from the heart chakra to the throat chakra, which is the throat, the neck area. It's home to our self-expression. So we'll try connecting to our expressive nervous system here. So bring the knees down to the mat when you're ready. And we'll take that cow pose, so similar to the cat-cows we were doing earlier. Take an inhale, roll the shoulders back, press the hips high, and look up, really opening up through the neck as much as you can, gazing up towards the eyebrows. Breathing deep, connecting to the communication pathways within you. Moving into the spine here with some backbends, which houses that nervous system. And feel that opening through the front of the throat. I speak truly and freely. I speak truly and freely. I speak truly and freely. As you exhale, release the pose, tucking the chin. Maybe you want to take a little counter cat pose, like an angry Halloween cat, tucking the tailbone, chin to chest, rounding the spine forward. Take an inhale back to your all fours. So opening up through the neck, the chest a little bit more, we'll come to a back bending sequence. So send the hips forward, come down onto the belly, hands underneath the shoulders, and draw the shoulders down away from the ears. So pulling those shoulder blades down the back, rooting down through the elbows and hugging them into the body as much as you can. But again, try and keep the neck free. Take an inhale, press into the hands and lift the heart, feeling that little squeeze through the back, breathing fully, feeling that extension through the spine. So extending through the tailbone, extending up through the neck, finding that openness through the spine that you can condense into with the back bend. Cobra pose. I express my thoughts and feelings. I express my thoughts and feelings. I express my thoughts and feelings. On an exhale, release the pose, take the hands together and make a little pillow for your face, bringing your cheek down to the floor, maybe rock the hips, the heels from side to side, just letting the spine neutralize. We'll do one more back bend here to open up through the throat and the neck. So again, we're not crunching into the back of the neck. We're not crunching into the back to get into these back bends. We want to make sure we keep that openness, those communication pathways nice and open in our back bend, and it makes them more effective. So when you're ready, this time we'll come to locust pose. So extending the arms back with the palms facing up, pointing the toes, draw the thighs together. Take an inhale as you roll the shoulders back, lift the heart, lift the feet and the hands off of the mat if you can. Keep reaching through the fingertips, pointing through the toes, and lengthening up through the crown of the head. As you breathe in, lengthen, and as you exhale, see if you can lift the limbs away from the floor to deepen the back bend a little bit more. I communicate clearly and effectively. I communicate clearly and effectively. I communicate clearly and effectively. One more breath. And relax the pose down. Hands can come again underneath the face. You can rock the hips back and forth. Maybe lift the heels and rock them from side to side to release. And coming back to puppy pose. And here we're accessing our third eye, which is the center of the forehead, just at the base of the brain. This is our area of insight. So send the hips back, but keeping them stacked over the knees if you can. Walk the forearms forward and relax the chest down. So a deep stretch for the shoulders. And if you're able to touch your forehead to the floor, if not, you can use a block and bring a little bit of pressure to that third eye area. And breathe here. We're slowly starting to come down out of the most active part of our practice. And this can be a good time to be perceptive in your practice. That's what our third eye is about, listening to your body here. So start to soften and relax. If it's too intense, bring the elbows a little bit closer, lift yourself up. If you want to go deeper, walk the hands away from you. I see the world with honesty and clarity. I see the world with honesty and clarity. I see the world with honesty and clarity. And one more breath here in your puppy pose. We'll walk the hands back, finding a child's pose, so you can send the hips towards the heels. A little bit of cushion if you need to, or lift your hips up if it's too intense for the feet. Bring the hands behind you, kind of like you're rounding yourself forward. Try and relax your belly over the legs. And again, if you can reach your head to the floor or to a block to bring some pressure and awareness to that third eye. I use my imagination for positive purpose. I use my imagination for positive purpose. I use my imagination for positive purpose. And one last final pose for our third eye. We'll come to rabbit pose. So keeping with this flexion of the spine, rounding forward and drawing the belly in, we're going to lift the hips, so bringing the hips back over the knees. And if you're able to bring the crown of the head to the floor without placing all of your weight into the head, into the neck, you want to keep your hands reaching back, so either to your feet or you can interlace them at your low back. Really feel that opening between the shoulder blades, that lengthening through the back of the body. And to come to the full expression of your rabbit pose, you can extend the arms up if that's accessible. Again, we don't want too much pressure coming down into the head. Just a nice little stretch for the chest. So allowing gravity to kind of pull the hands away from the body. I trust my intuition and align with my goals. I trust my intuition and align with my goals. I trust my intuition and align with my goals. Slowly release the hands back down to the floor, and you can walk them back as you lift the head. And come to an easy pose. So maybe you want to stay on your knees, but if you feel that your feet need a release, then bring the legs out in front of you. Easy pose is just a comfortable seated position as we come to the crown chakra, located at the top of the head, but it's really beyond the physical body. So close down your eyes here. Try and really relax your physical body. Release your physical presence. We're starting to work toward our meditative practice. The crown chakra, beyond the physical body, represents wisdom and consciousness, both personally and collectively. Just settle in, close down your eyes. I know I am living my purpose. I know I am living my purpose. I know I am living my purpose. Slowly making your way to a supine position, lying on your back. You can use your hands to guide you. Just finding called corpse pose, so as that name suggests, you release your body. Let it relax, find something comfortable, and if it's not comfortable to lie on your back, maybe you want to lay on your side, or you can stay in a seated posture. Relax your fingers, your toes, your legs, your arms. Let your body be heavy. Just feel your breath as it subtly moves the body. Maybe you can feel your heart beating. Soften your gaze and close your eyes if it's accessible to you. I honor the divine within me. I honor the divine within me. I honor the divine within me. Allow yourself to relax and surrender here. try and release your thoughts for the next few moments. Our Savasana, which means surrender. We're coming to our meditative practice, but here we're fully surrendering, letting go of everything, our body, our mind. Just for a few moments. And our final affirmation for the crown chakra. I am one with all creation. I am one with all creation. I am one with all creation. And slowly beginning to bring your awareness back to your body, just starting to focus on your breath. Feel your breath fill your body and awaken you. Connecting back to those fingers and toes, maybe wiggling the fingers and toes. Slightly bending the knees, the elbows, inviting some movement into the body. And take a deep breath in and stretch. Reach your fingers, your arms, point your feet, your toes. And when you're ready, we'll roll over to the side and return to a seated posture. Take your time, keep your gaze soft, your eyes closed. Grab a drink of water if you need, and we'll begin our mantra practice. The mantras we'll practice today are in the ancient languages of Sanskrit and Gurmukhi. I'll explain each, and we'll chant them 3 times together. Starting with Om, known as the seed sound, as it correlates to the original vibrations of our world's creation. Its meaning is the all-encompassing cosmic vibration of the universe. And sometimes it's spelt A-U-M, really emphasize the 3-part resonance within the body. Oh, really bringing the O sound deep into the base of the spine, the base of the body. Oh, in the middle, feeling it in the chest and the throat area. By piercing the lips, the sound resonates up into the sinuses, up through the top of the head. So when you're ready, we will begin together chanting to really awaken into this lunar phase with sound. So you can soften your gaze or close down your eyes, connect to your breath, take a deep breath in, and exhale. Inhale to chant. Om. Inhale. Our next mantra, Sat Nam, which has been adapted by the Kundalini yoga tradition and also the Sikh faith. Sat means true, Nam means identity. It's been translated to true identity, my name is truth, God's name is truth, and it carries the vibration of our true essence, and it represents a reality identified in truth, which is, of course, what we strive
and aspire towards through the entire lunar cycle. So we'll chant it 3 times, prolonging the ah in sat. So it's thought that this energy, the vibrations, travel up the chakra body that we've been working on, and from the base up to the crown chakra. So sat, and a short nam as it emanates up through the top of the head. So when you're ready, connecting to your breath, take a deep breath in, a long breath out. Just clear things out. And inhale to chant. Sa nam. Inhale. Sa nam. Sa nam. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Our next mantra is a line found in the opening chant for the Ashtanga Yoga series. Loka means world, universe. Samasta means whole, entire. Sukhino means joy, happy. Bhavantu, may everyone. So the translations of these mantras, they all vary slightly, but they maintain a common implication. May everyone in the world be happy. May all beings everywhere be free and at peace. And there is this uplifting sense as we move forward into the first quarter moon. The mantra itself is more active. It's often chanted like a song, along with musical instruments in the Kirtan yoga tradition. So we'll chant it 3 times. Feel free to harmonize, to find your own rhythm using your breath. Let's take an inhale and exhale fully. And inhale to chant 3 times. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Keeping with that rhythmic current or flow, Rama Dasa Sa Se Sohang is our next mantra. Ra means sun, Ma means moon, Da means earth. Sa means impersonal infinity. Sa Se means total infinity. And So means personal identity. Hung means infinite or real, reality. So we're calling and vibrating on these sources for healing. And during this moon phase, as we're beginning to get active, we often think of action as physical, and a lot of the effort, especially when it comes to healing, is mental and emotional. So remember to consider that, and here we'll chant this 3 times, finding your breath. Deep breath in, long breath out. And inhale to chant. Rama Dasa Sohang. Inhale. Ramadasa Sa Se Sohang. Ramadasa Sa Se Sohang. Finally, Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Keeping in mind the light of the moon is still growing, so we may be looking forward to more light, to more peace, to more healing. So our final chant will do just that. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Om being the seed sound, Shanti means peace, and is repeated 3 times for peace of the body, peace of the mind, peace of the spirit. It's often chanted at the end of a meditation or the end of a yoga class to summon more peace in our lives on and off the mat. And notice the he at the end of the 3rd Shanti. The Sanskrit grammar or Sandhi rules link the first 2 Shantis, so it cancels it out. So Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. We'll chant it 3 times, and you're welcome to seal your practice with Anjali Mudra, or hands in prayer at heart center if that's comfortable for you. Connect to your breath. Deep breath in. Exhale fully. And inhale to chant 3 times. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. You're welcome to sit in this peaceful silence for as long as you need. And if you enjoyed the affirmations, the mantras today, you're welcome to come back to them, maybe explore chanting numerous times. 108 is a standard number of repetitions in the yoga world, and mala beads or prayer beads have 108 beads to guide your mantra meditation, so perhaps you want to give one a try. Enjoy this first quarter moon. Namaste.